Hey everyone, Georgie here with Ukraine Matters. Things are happening, so let's jump right into it. Ukraine is continuing their aggressive operations all across the front line and in the Bilhorod region. And in the Bilhorod region, we saw that the resistance fighters are still present, but they retreated from the areas that they were occupying before. For example, the villages that were in the area, they retreated, and right now they're posting videos and images just to kind of mindfuck the operation around the area. It's unclear where they're located because all of the videos are from like forests and so on. So that is not something that's important. I'm happy to see that the reports that I did last time, not all of them, but at least some of it, is finally being also represented on the map. A lot of the weird-ass trolls appeared in the last video and said, "Oh, Georgie, you said that Ukrainian forces advances, but the map doesn't show it. Ha ha ha." Guys, give it time. Give it time. You will see. You will see. And you will see even more because the reports just keep coming. On the Bakhmut Axis, Ukrainians are doing a great job. Remember, this is not where there is a lot of new brigades operating. It's just the new tactics they're using against the less prepared troops that Russia put in the area. And because these less prepared troops now has less support because Ukraine attacks in other places, it's a weak spot now. Well, let's put it this way. It's not a weak spot, but it's a very unfavorable position for the Russians because Bakhmut is not located in a very favorable place for Russians to hold defensive positions. Bakhmut is located in the valley. It's not located on a hill or anywhere, and Ukrainians are controlling the hills that are to the west of the settlement. So Ukrainians are basically driving a wedge, as you can see, in Berhivka. I am clearly can state you now right now, it's not really a big secret that Ukrainians are already trying to fight for this crossing right here. The goal is quite clear. They want to fight for Paraskoviyivka, the area around Paraskoviyivka, and they want to drive and basically get this road deblocked because that will help them supply the stuff to the city. On the southern axis, again, we're showing here where Ukraine is, but we in fact are quite clear that Ukraine is pretty close already in this area, and I can guarantee you with some certainty that very soon we're going to have even more good news from around Klishchiivka. It's not represented on the map. Russians are really not reporting on this, mostly because things are happening in the southern front line, but Ukrainians are really having a field day over there. And talking about the south side, I want to start with quite an obvious thing. You owe me $2,000. Well, joking. Obviously, you don't owe me $2,000, but stay tuned for the end of the video, and then I'll talk about it a little bit more. But things are happening in the south. Things have been happening for the last couple of days. I explained to you a little bit before, but I think the most important thing for us all to understand is that we are now in the situation where the lack of information from Ukrainian side, because Ukrainian sources are pretty silent, and there is a request for the OPSEC. So a lot of Ukrainian sources are not reporting the situation. So the information that we're getting is getting presented to us only one-sided, and because there is a vacuum of information, Russian propaganda is actually abusing it extremely heavily to make sure to get us doubting what is happening in Ukraine, to get us doubting on the successfulness of Ukraine, to misrepresent how well the Russians are doing, etc., etc. So it's going to be a little bit of a time before Ukrainians are showing results that are so obvious for everyone to see that it will be impossible for Russians to dismiss it. So just wait and see, give it a couple of weeks, maybe a month, let's put it this way, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a longer campaign, at least that's what the analysts have suggested. But the things are happening, and I'm pretty sure everyone, or at least most of the people that I talked to, already understood what is happening right now. Ukraine has attacked here, 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 and Ukraine has attacked here. What Ukraine is doing right now is they're playing whack-a-mole with Russians. If you remember correctly, when we were discussing the defenses of the Russians, I told you a very big and important part, that Russian defenses are extremely dependent on their back line. So when the Russians are defending, they have some kind of reserves here in the back. And these reserves are there to hit Ukrainian forces on the counter. So when essentially Ukrainian main line of attack enters somewhere, then the Russian sources will then maneuver to that area and counter hit the Russian attacks. That's roughly the idea that Russians want. So what Ukraine is doing is essentially saying, hey, we are attacking here. We are attacking here. No, we are attacking actually here. No, we are attacking here. No, we are attacking here. No, we are attacking here actually. And they are using some of the small forces relatively, but significant enough to start crumbling the first lines of defenses. So they are attacking, which draws the attention for the forces in the back. So they are like, okay, there is an attack coming. Let's move to this area. And then it's like, next time there's an attack coming. Oh, let's move to that area. Oh, there's an attack coming. Let's move to that area. Oh, let's move to that area. So at some point, there is going to be a main thrust coming from Ukrainians. This is not rocket science. It's pretty obvious. So we already discussed that this is. But Ukrainians right now are creating a situation in which Russian sources cannot really be sure when exactly the main attack is coming. So give it time. Remember that whatever you're seeing, whatever your video evidence, whenever you're reading like the Russian sources claiming that they have destroyed over 40 tanks, over 1,500 men, it's all fluff. It's all fluff. Ukraine hasn't engaged the main parts. For example, there has been videos circulating about Ukrainians having some tanks destroyed. And then some people are saying, oh, they destroyed like a whole column of tanks, and there is also Bradley fighting vehicles. But I can guarantee you for sure, well, yes, Leopards were identified, that's fine. But I can guarantee you that a lot of those that they claim to be Bradleys are not Bradleys, because I know which brigade it is. And that brigade that is operating in that area, they have no Bradleys. Like they just physically just don't have them. So all in all, Ukraine is playing their game. They are right now dingling a carrot before Russians. Russians are thinking they're the smartest. They're thinking that they are having it under control. This is all happening according to plan. Give it time. Let's see. If in like 2-3 months, Ukraine doesn't move everywhere, then you can tell me that, oh, Georgie, you failed as an analyst. But so far, remember, I told you that the things are going to start within 10 days. Things have started within 10 days. So let's put that thing in perspective. So for the details on what's just kind of happened, just so you know, on the smaller offensive, Ukraine has engaged a couple of battalions. It's about a battalion, what was it? Was it like 300 men? I cannot remember, sorry, not a military. But I think it was somewhere like a couple of hundred of men, like a couple of tens of like tanks, armored vehicles, MRAPs and whatnot. And they've attacked basically in two directions. They attacked for area of Mala Tokmachka, they attacked towards Robotne, and they attacked towards Novopokrovka. Basically moving alongside these roads. If you can see, there is this main highway on Novopokrovka here, and there is this also road on Robotne. That's the latest attack during last night. Russian social media went into panic. But most of these advances for Ukrainians, as reported by the Russians, were repelled and defeated, except for They started some point later on saying that some of the positions were taken by Ukrainians, some of the local heights were lost. Then there was a couple of settlements that wasn't in this area, but some other area were lost to Ukrainians. The point is, things are happening. We cannot see. It's a fog of war. Right now, everyone is experiencing Ropke Effect. Ropke Effect is from the famous Julian Ropke, which, let's just say, is a little bit of an alarmist. I'm going to put these tweets just so you can see it here. And the Ropke Effect is basically people saying, seeing a little bit of losses that Ukraine was expected to have. Guys, an offensive is not a walk in a park. When an offensive was expected to start, I told you, people will die, equipment will burn. It all is all happening for the reason. Trust in the armed forces of Ukraine, trust in General Zaluzhny. They have a plan. This is all happening for a reason. Don't be like Julian Ropke. Julian, I don't know, he's German. I believe he's German. He's working for the Bild. Maybe he's not. Don't care. Point is, let's talk about those $2,000. So about 8 days now ago, I stated that I'm going to bet $2,000 of my money. That's like the real action is going to start on the south side, because 10 days ago, there was like literally nothing happening in the south. And now we see like an advances. We see some of the newer brigades that were trained for the offensive are now being deployed in the south. The whole south right now, something I did miss, is now lighting up by the explosions, because Ukrainians are shelling everything like crazy. Because remember, when Russian artillery fires on something, it's being exposed to a counter battery fire. What I said is I'm gonna bet $2,000 of my own money, so not just the money that I donate from the profits of this channel, but something that I earn on my day job. And we see things are happening. So if you are okay taking a bet with me, why don't you support a whole new initiative which we're going to be doing with the 69th Sniffing Brigade. We already worked with the 69th Sniffing Brigade, and we gathered a truck, like a money for the truck for the 69th Sniffing Brigade, to get the truck to the frontline fighters of the armed forces of Ukraine. And actually, we have a little bit of a video here from them, so you can check it out, what your donations did.
Hi everybody, my name is Dmitry. I'm from 69th Sniffing Brigade. Right now I'm standing just in front of this vehicle, and this is what you did for Ukraine. You managed to collect this funds for this truck, and I will show you like how it looks like. So here we see the branding, branding of the truck. It's Amarok Volkswagen. It's 2011 year, and as you can see, we have our branded camo here of NAFO, and also we have like the messages and the flags for the biggest donators from the campaign. So here we see one from the Latvia. One message is here as well. So basically it's translated like kick ass of the orcs and come back alive. Here also small message from the donators. Here's the guy from the Canada, and they made also this beautiful message and the flag. And let's take a look inside. It was a bit fancy truck. So we got like it's with the leather here, but this is not the main thing. Like we see, has everything for the off-road. So here's basically extra off-road things. And right now here is like we're preparing for tomorrow's meeting with the soldiers. And yeah, like you can see here, it's basically all the stuff we have with the truck. And here I should check. Yeah, as I said, we have here extra tires for the vehicle. I want to say thanks to all the people who donated for this truck once more, and thanks Ukraine Matters channel for doing this. And I know that you're going to be starting one more campaign for the 2 trucks, and everybody who wanted to donate to the real action for Ukraine, it's actually the case. So please join, please contribute. The war is still going on. We need your help. Thanks again, Dmitry from 69 Sniffing Brigade.
Now, wasn't that cool? The problem only was that because we were so efficient, we got enough money for a truck within 4 days. 4 days, which was completely incredible in one sense because it was really nice, but also it was very frustrating for a lot of other people that wrote to me and they said, Georgie, it was because like there was special thing that you could have get, which was the dog tax with Ukraine Matters. So now they're in a short supply. But the worst part is because we did it in 4 days, people that, for example, had the salary sometime later during the month, they just didn't get it. So we decided we're going to start another campaign with the 69 Sniffing Brigade, and I'm gonna obviously ask you to donate as much as you can and so on. But I really hope we're going to extend it a little bit of a period as into respect to all of our members here. So we decided to go for 2 cars to collect to the 95 brigade right now that is fighting around Kreminna. This campaign right here, as you can see, there will be patches this time, not dog tags. This time it's going to be patches, and you can see you can get a patch that says Ukraine Matters, and then you can get a patch that, I don't know, I think it's like some kind of abstract art on it. I'm not completely sure, but maybe someone would like it. So it's 31K in total in euros. That's about the same in dollars. And you can see, you can read the rules. It's right here. You can get the patches, and I believe you can also get the patches from the units. I myself, obviously, going to be donating as well. So if you feel that I was a good enough analyst, that I predicted that the action would start quite soon, and that you support this channel, you want to support the armed forces of Ukraine, donate to this. Help me collect the money for the truck. Be the member of Ukraine Matters community. Let's do this. Let's support the armed forces of Ukraine. With this, I want to thank you so much for watching this. I want to say that I love you guys. I will keep you informed as much as I can for everything that happens. Trust in the armed forces of Ukraine. Remember, propaganda is going to try to exploit your heartstrings. It's going to try to twist you, to feel you inside that something is wrong, something is not going right. It will all try to do this. But you need to have trust and believe in Ukraine. Slava Ukraini, guys. I love you all, and I'll see you next time.
Звертаємось до вас, Ukraine Matters і 69-та Sniffing бригада. Допоможіть нам, будь ласка, машиною для виконання бойового завдання. Ми знаходимося під Кремінною. Це 95-та бригада, 13-й батальйон. Будь ласка, допоможіть нам машиною. Будемо дуже вдячні для більш кращого виконання бойового завдання.